worlds collided. I see forever in your eyes. You're everything to me, darling. I can't believe we made it here. Now I promise you I will love you forever. I will love you forever, forever, forever. You and I will be together. I see forever in your smile. Come what may, I promise to love you every day. Your heart beats mine. I will love you forever. I will love you forever, forever,
Good luck, right?
It's good luck.
Good luck.
It is good luck. It means you're gonna have a very happy marriage.
We will.
Alright, go right ahead, guys.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I go hungry, I go black and blue. I go crawling down.
Look at their steps are perfectly in march.
I know, I love it.
In unison.
No,
That's
there's
awesome.
nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love.
Good thing Lauren's tall, huh?
Yeah, thank God. That's why we did it.
The storms are raging on the road, and on the highway always. The winds of change are blowing.
I'm not gonna cry. You're gonna cry.
You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. Wise men say only fools rush in. They can
Everyone, please be seated. Welcome. Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
Her mother and I do.
Thank you, Ron. So, on behalf of the entire Burgess family, the Reeker family, and all the friends and people that are here, thank you for coming. Thank you for making the long trip. I know that Nash and Katy, you're the most important people in their lives. So, thank you for being here. Welcome to this wonderful occasion on this beautiful day in Jacksonville. And also, I'd like to say welcome to my mom and dad, who are joining by FaceTime through my daughter. Granny and Pappy could not be here today. Granny had a little accident, but she's doing better. And we're just happy she can be participating in some way. You know, the occasion here is pretty obvious. And seeing Katy look so beautiful, Nash looking as handsome as ever. It'd be easy to jump right into just the ceremony. But there's more here. We have two people who have birthdays today. Three people who have birthdays today. Thank you, Nash. These two are twins, obviously. So we have Katy and Jenny and Nash have birthdays today. Most of you were participating last night, but if you don't mind, I'd like to sing happy birthday to them again on their birthday. So to Katy, Nash, and Jenny, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Katy and Jenny. Happy birthday to you. And many more. You know, as I said, it's an obvious occasion. And the obvious occasion is not the beginning of the final season of Game of Thrones. Thank you. Or the last day of the Masters golf tournament, which Ron and I shared some thoughts on yesterday. It's about the union of two beautiful people. And it really is a beautiful day. A few raindrops is not going to extinguish the love that's here. It's not going to change anything. We may have a few people who are a little wetter than they anticipated. But like so many decisions, the things that they do, Nash and Katy do, have impacted so many lives. And they're impacting our lives today. And I hope we're impacting theirs equally. You know, there are elements of good and bad in everything that we do. But we embrace today as a day where your love grows together. And just like rain, you're getting nourished by the love of the people around you. It's important that we stay nourished by that. And thank you for nourishing our faith in you and our love in you. So before the wedding, I was asked to give a little bit about the personal journeys of these two. So for me, it starts with the birth of my oldest son on April 14th, 1990. Which is certainly one of the most impactful days of my life. My oldest son was born. And there was a couple years that went by before we had Austin, my second son. And before he was born, you know, my wife and I had a lot of occasions to talk to people who had just had children. And somebody came up to me and made a statement about the growth of love. And it's a crazy thing. There are many things in our lives that are finite. One of the things that's not finite is love. And I learned that throughout my life, particularly as a parent and father. And when Austin came, love grew. When Riley came, love grew even more. And then we had that was the end of our sons and daughters, but we started to grow more sons and daughters. Jesse Ferraro was at our home, probably more than he should have been, but not more than I would have liked him to be. And he became a third son. Last year, my daughter Riley got married, and I got a fourth son. His name's Matt Martin, sitting right in the front here. And we just love him to death. Now I get to get a second daughter, which is awesome. Really awesome. But I need to fill in some blanks between what's happened since 1990 and what's happened to today. And it's really their journey. That's what we're here for today. Summer of 2011, after these two had begun to grow up and had grown a love of music and instruments and had both played in marching bands in high school, they both decided that they wanted to go to drum corps for the summer. Now, there's a lot of ways you can spend your summers, going to camps, doing a variety of things, but they both decided drum corps was it. Now, if you've ever been around drum corps, it's kind of like going to the military. They wake up before the crack of dawn every day. They work all day out in the sun. People with, blistered and bloody feet come walking in at the end of the day, tired and just worn out completely. And then they go back and do it the next day. Well, I don't know if that would qualify as my idea of fun, but it certainly qualified as theirs. And, one of the things that they would do is they would go and perform every night, almost every night. And they'd go from city to city. So there's a lot of travel involved and a lot of hard work. And you go on these tour buses and go from city to city. And you get what's called a seat partner. And your seat partner is you're stuck with that person throughout the summer. Well, about a month into DCI in 2011, Katy's seating partner broke her hip and had to go home. Well, Nash had a seating partner too, and that party was not well liked. Is that fair?
Fair.
Fair. So the first thing he did was ask Katy if he could be Katy's seating partner, which she obliged. And as fate would have it, they used the rest of the summer to grow a relationship together. How they ended up in Indianapolis in that year of 2011 is anybody's guess. But the fact of the matter is they did, and as fate would have it, they ended up being with each other. Katy was dating somebody at the time, and so they were really just good friends.
Right. Good friends.
But
Right.
when I asked her about that, she said she couldn't wait to get up every morning and to talk to Nash. Nash made her laugh. In fact, I heard a story that I'm not going to repeat because I know I'm mic'd, about visual blocks,
Yeah.
and something that Nash said, you'll have to ask them yourselves. But it made her laugh so much she never forgot it, and she told it to me 8 years later. So that was just about a month ago. It was a great story. But they left DCI friends and good friends, and Katy broke up with this person about 6 months later, and they had continued to stay in touch, and they used that time to even grow more. So I just happened to be moving my office about a month ago, and I happened to see they spent Thanksgiving together at the Burgess's home up in Indianapolis at Thanksgiving in 2012. And we wanted them to make sure that we were well represented, so we sent cheesecake or something up there. And I found the receipt for it the other day, and I thought, boy, we did the right thing. You know, I know that we're not going to be embarrassed standing here saying we did nothing, you know.
We like cheesecake.
It was good, right? But it was really an exciting thing for us because we knew that the relationship was beginning to grow and blossom. And it's very hard to have long-distance relationships. By the time that Thanksgiving had passed, Nash was already starting to move to Jacksonville and begin his career, and Katy was beginning nursing school. And so the one thing that I learned about the two of these people is that they persevere. They both had goals, but they both loved each other very much. And through a long-distance relationship, they burned up a lot of miles on airplanes and spent a lot of time together in spite of the distance between them, and just grew their love together. So it was fantastic. So after almost 5 years of long-distance dating, Katy made the decision after she had graduated school that she was going to come down and be with Nash. And it wasn't too much after that that they got engaged, and we were just thrilled to death. And in all of those years of being together, and I can't believe it's been 8 years. It's shocking to me. You know, we got to spend a lot of time, dinners together, Christmases, holidays, that type of thing. And Katy became a fixture in our home, sitting there with our dogs in her lap and really enjoying the time together. It was fantastic. And during that time, we just noticed how important you had become to one another, and it became an important thing for us to be with you. And we would have dinner together, and during one of those dinners, I was handed a bottle, and this is the bottle. It's a bottle of bourbon. They don't often look like wine bottles, but my son loves bourbon. And on the other side was an inscription that says, "We can't say I do without you. Will you marry us?"
I know. It's good. I know.
Totally his idea.
So that was pretty cool as a dad. I'm not a minister, but I'm so happy that I'm up here to speak for you. And my wonderful and beautiful wife, Lori, never misses an opportunity to say something great. And she said, "Mark, they're just asking you because it's going to be free."
I mean, yeah, but
I'd prefer to think it's because of the enormous respect and admiration they have for me. But either way, it's okay. I'm really thrilled to be here. So are you two ready to get married?
Ready?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So Katy and Nash have written their own wedding vows that they'd like to say to each other. So, Nash, will you start?
Absolutely. Katy, from the moment we first met, I knew you'd be someone special. And although I don't get to say it very often, I was right. You're thoughtful, hardworking, funny, and beautiful. So basically, you're perfect. Whether it's taking a leisurely stroll through the Riverside Arts Market, where we got engaged, grabbing McDonald's breakfast for the beach, or losing track of time while we get steamrolled playing Overwatch together, which happens quite often, I know you'll be right there by my side with your heartwarming smile. As I reflect on our relationship, I realize how much we've grown and matured together. You inspire me when I can't inspire myself. You pick me up whenever I'm down. And most important of all, you love me unconditionally. And for that, all I can do to repay you is to love you for the rest of my life. I love you.
Early, sorry.
Not sorry.
Nash, I love you more than anything in the whole entire world. We have built an amazing life and amazing home together. Through living in different states, to the late night Skype calls after work, to finally moving to the same state, we have been through so much since we were kids in 2011. I love your big heart and how you always put others first. I love the way you make me laugh until I cry. I love our Monday traditions of watching The Bachelor with our favorite Trader Joe red wine beside us. I promise to always love you unconditionally, being there for you when the Jags lose and drinking wine with you when they win. You're my soulmate.
I love you.
Love you too.
That's beautiful. So Katy and Nash, you've exchanged your vows. Please respond to the following questions. Do you, Katy and Nash, pledge to create a life of mutual respect, compassion, generosity, and patience toward each other as you grow in years?
We do.
Do you pledge to recognize each other's individuality and celebrate each other's uniqueness as a strength in marriage, while at the same time guarding one another's weaknesses and with understanding, support, and inspiration?
We do.
And do you pledge to share the love you have for one another with all living beings, to be a couple that lets their marriage radiate into others, making their lives richer and more beautiful because of it?
We do.
Jesse, will you bring forward the rings, please?
Oh, we didn't practice this.
Okay, you go first.
Katy and Nash, please repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a pledge of my love
as a pledge of my love
and a symbol of our unity.
and a symbol of our unity.
Katy and Nash, you've heard the words about love and marriage. You've exchanged your vows and made your promises. And you have celebrated your union with the giving and receiving of rings. It is at this time that I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. It's my honor and pleasure. All right, Katy and Nash.
To the bar.
No.
Yeah. It's all right, I cried. It's here. Walking around. Let's head to the bar. That turned out.
Made it.
Let's hear it for Mr. Ron Burgess.
Increase the font!
Old person mode on there? You just hit the button?
Yeah!
Geriatric?
Lord bless Katy Nash as they start a new chapter in their lives together. Watch over them and guide them with your eternal wisdom. Bless the family and friends who have joined them today to celebrate the marriage of Katy and Nash, as well as those loved ones who could not be with us today. Lord, bless the food which we are about to partake, that it may nourish our bodies. Grant each person here today safe travels, and those not attending who are sick and injured safe and full recovery. Amen.
Where the guest book is, there's a table.
How much time do we got? Can you just write this? It starts at 3, right?
It's so good to see you, Granny. You are so sweet.
And look at that dress. Woo! Look at that tray.
Look at you, you saw the camera and you're just like,
Just hope I don't fall.
That's just so difficult. We miss you. You're gonna be there for us, though.
Yeah, we'll
We know.
see you soon. We're gonna come here soon.
Yeah,
so.
we're gonna see you soon, and then Riley's gonna be FaceTiming you during the ceremony.
So you won't miss a second of it.
You won't miss a second. Yeah, yeah.
Good internet connection. It's
Good
gonna be
internet.
perfect.
Pray for good internet.
Yeah.
Good.
It's raining right now.
It's
pretty
raining,
hard, but
so-
we're okay.
So it's good luck.
No, it's good luck.
Double good luck.
Double good luck.
Double good
Not-
luck.
Yeah, can never have enough.
No, can't have enough good rain.
Who gets up first in the morning? Hold them high, hold them high. Next, we have who takes longer to get ready?
Come on, look at this hair.
Who makes all the decisions? I'm not sure what that means. Who is the messier one? Who wears the pants in the relationship? You guys can talk about that one later. Who spends more money? Who has the bigger wardrobe? Well, you guys are both about to find out. Who does most of the cooking? So then, who is the better cook? Who cleans more? Who holds their liquor better? Who has the better taste in music? Who's more likely to run the red light?
Oh, yeah.
Who is in control of the remote control? Another one you guys are gonna have to figure out. Who's more stubborn? Who refuses to throw things away? Got some hoarders. Who's the better singer? That was kind. Who goes to bed first? Who is grumpier in the morning? Who is the better driver?
Oh, please.
Oh, of course.
So then, who is the faster driver?
Also.
3 more. Who is the better storyteller?
No.
Who is most likely to eat dessert for breakfast?
You could have stopped at dessert.
And finally, who do you love most in the whole wide world? Let's give it up for Nash and Katy, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, at this time I want to invite Nash and Katy, once they get their shoes back on, over to the cake table for the cake cutting.
Just lay it on top. Just lay it on top. Look up at the camera. Let it go. Cut it down. Stop right there. Give a big old kiss. A kiss. A kiss. For the camera. Right, cut a little bit.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the father of the groom, Mr. Reeker.
Thank you. Hey, this is great. I'm not under any pressure anymore. So you all saw that we were given a beautiful bottle of bourbon, asking us to marry you two, asking me.
Break it open.
Yeah. Well,
Come on, guys.
along those lines, and I can tell the Burgess family is going to get along just fine with us. We have a little special thing for you. It's your own bourbon cask, and it says on the front, Katy and Nash's barrel-aged bourbon, Jacksonville, Florida, Reeker's Distillery, established 2019. Just so everyone knows, it's full. You take this off, everybody have a shot with the fried bourbon.
Alrighty, let's hear it for Mr. Reeker. So the barrel will be open after toasts. We have to get through toasts. Alrighty, so up first, please keep your hands together for the maid of honor, Jessie. Let's hear it for Jessie.
I'm the maid of honor. Thank you for coming.
Let's do this one more time, I'm sorry. Let's give a big round of applause for the maid of honor, Jenny.
So good news is I'm not a man, so that's good. So hello everyone. For those of you that do not know me, I am Jen, otherwise known as Jen, Jenny, or Katie, Jessie, Caitlin, whatever you want to pick. I just would like to thank everyone for coming out today. I know that no matter the distance, it really means the world to Nash and Katie that you're here to celebrate this special day with them. So, for those of you who don't know, Katie and I are twins. We are 1 minute apart, and even though it doesn't seem like much, she's never let me forget it. Katie, you've always been a big sister to me. You're the only person that I can still be in a fight with and still laugh.
Still win.
Be silly around, watch movies that everyone else hates, like horrible horror movies, and share my love for ice cream. You have always been my best friend and set an example for me to follow. And today you show me that it is possible to find a best friend, a partner, a soulmate, all in one person. For those of you guys that don't know, but it already has been said tonight, Katy and Nash met when she joined Blue Stars in 2011. And I actually still remember the first time that she talked to me on the phone about Nash. She told me all about her new friend and seat partner and how funny he was and how awesome he was, and he would always get on the phone too and talk for way too long. And then the first time I met him was when I went to go see her on tour, and I knew then that no matter what, and no matter what capacity, that they would always be in each other's lives. Their friendship, even though it was only 1 month, was so strong, and their bond was so strong, you can see it carries over into their relationship to this day, which I think speaks for itself. Yeah. It's super important to be friends with the person you're gonna marry. And Katy and Nash, I've never seen a couple more in love than you. Whether it's playing Overwatch, playing Switch with me in Indianapolis, going to Jumbo Shrimp games, seeing awesome live shows, or simply just watching The Bachelor, you guys always have the best of time, which I'm pretty jealous of. Nash, you truly are an amazing person, and you're the perfect other half for Katy. I'm so ecstatic that you two are getting married, but I'm also very ecstatic to be gaining you as a brother today. Two's company and three's a crowd, but I'm okay with this crowd. I know that there's so many happy years ahead of you guys, and I'm excited to come down every year and celebrate our birthday and your anniversary together, whether you like it or not. So everyone, let's raise a glass to the couple of the night, Katy and Nash Reeker.
Cheers to Katy and Nash. Let's give a big round of applause for the maid of honor, Jenny. And keep the round of applause going for the best man, Jesse.
As they said, I'm the best maid, Jesse. I clean up very well. My rate is pretty cheap.
Yeah, you are. Love you.
Now I gotta get my words out.
You millennials.
Yeah. My roommate used all the printer paper. All right, for those of you that don't know me, I'm the best man, Jesse. Thank you very much. As Reverend Reeker said earlier today, I was unofficially adopted by the Reeker family many years ago. I don't really know if I'm the third son or the 12th dog. Either way, I'm happy to be part of the family. I just want to say thank you for everybody for coming out. For anybody who made a drive or traveling, thanks for coming out. I know Nash and Katy really appreciate it. And I would also like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Burgess and Mr. and Mrs. Reeker for throwing this amazing wedding. So thank you. So they say, if you're friends with somebody for 7 years, you'll know that your friendship will last a lifetime. But I knew that Nash and I would last after year 2. So Nash and I also marched drum corps, and we were also seat partners. That makes me his first soulmate. Our corps was a very special corps. They didn't have a lot of food. They didn't have air conditioning on the buses. With 60 plus people on a tour bus and no windows, I'm sure you can imagine it's great. But Nash was my seat partner, and one stop on the tour, Mr. Reeker was very nice to come out and bring steaks for everybody in the corps and little handheld fans so that we could sleep soundly. Well, me being the 12th dog, I lost my fan, and that night we were sleeping, Nash on the left, I was on the right, and Nash had his fan. So what I did is that while he was sleeping, I stole his fan and used it for myself. Well, he figured it out pretty quickly, and while sleeping, we spent the rest of the night, he's trying to catch it, and I'm just keeping it out of his reach. So I think that counts as a soulmate. Best friend, 12th dog, whatever. So, it's only fitting that Nash found his second soulmate on a very similar tour bus with air conditioning. A few years later, in a different corps. And I still remember meeting Katy for the first time. It was Nash and I were living together, and she came down to Florida. And we had a mutual friend who was throwing a party. Yeah. And they were nice enough to invite me. They said, you should come out. It's like, no, I don't want to go. And, Katy being very nice, she goes, don't be lame. So cried myself to sleep that night. Thank you very much. But on a more serious note, I love both of these guys at the bottom of my heart. They're probably one of the most loving couples I know, and they make each other laugh more than any other couple that I know. So let's raise our glasses for a toast to eternal joy and happiness. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, Nash and Katy. One more time, let's put your hands together for the maid of honor and the best man, Jenny and Jesse. Already at this time, the staff's going to move the tables.
like shot on shot, beat raw. Till I go up, gone. Deuces goodbye. I got a world to see. My girl, she wanna see wrong. She's gonna make you a believer now. And I'm every time I crowd. That validation comes from giving it back to the people now. Sing a song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I thought they got me, learn from that failure. Humility, and then we keep marching. And we go back. This is our moment. Tonight is the night. Until it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. I hold back sometimes I won't. I feel good sometimes I don't. I finesse down with the road. Might go down to G.O.D. I go hard on Southside G. I mean sure that Northside E. But still I'm taking the game against live. Yeah, I'm witnessing the change, it's my time. Yeah, I'm new to the game, but y'all might wanna say you whack raps, they like saving the time. I can dance all day, I want you to step. Yeah, I'm looking at something like a true player. My girl told me that a man. Let me see you just whoa, shit, shit, shit. keep up. So many pretty girls are coming in and making up the fight, keep up. Why you mad? Fix your face. Say my phone, they open top, keep up.
Alrighty. Nash and Katy had one last request for the last song of the night. If you know it, we need you to help them sing it out. Here we go. Clap it up. Here we go. Get ready to jump. Get ready to jump.
And go back.